GSL. GSL Season 3.
What's up, guys? We're back here at the GSL Code S. We already finished our first best of 3. Terminator got wrecked.
Yeah,
Wrecked
it was so bad. Don't have anyone watch it. It was
no copy paste Reno.
Yeah, that was. I hope no copy paste Reno because I don't want to see that series.
No
ever
copy
again.
paste, please. This is my story.
Yeah.
What is the funniest copy pasta you've seen?
For me, the funniest one, like the lobster with his claws.
I'm a 51 lobster. Recently lost his claws. Please
there was
donate
another
to my
one that I
store.
thought was so funny. It was like after meeting Crip, I thought it was so funny and like hanging out with him. Orange juice poured and candles lit with this like rhyme. I summoned Crip or something. I can't remember it exactly, but I thought it was just so funny because like all he does is drink orange juice all day. Like
yeah.
And like just like thought of lighting a candle for Crip is so funny.
I'm a 15-year-old boy from Brazil or something, and I squeeze my own orange juice, and I hope that one day I can make you a cup of orange juice when I give it to you, and after you drink it, you will say, "Well met."
Yeah, Crip ones are pretty funny. But you know what isn't funny?
Lots of things.
Yeah.
Death.
Nah, generally not. What isn't funny is just how good these two players are.
It's not funny at all. I can't even.
It's really serious business.
There's nothing funny about it.
No, these guys are ridiculously good. Of course, Stats has been doing pretty well overall in Pro League, having beaten Sulky on Outboxer during the finals.
Yeah.
And of course, yeah, he had another strong win in there against Mario where he snuck a base, but too many people gave him too much hype for that. He snuck a base, Mario never found it, and still almost killed him. So I'm not quite as sold on Stats as some people are. He's an extremely good Protoss, though, and I think he has a good chance in this group. But Bbyong, if someone deserves to finally make it to the round of 16, man, it's this guy.
Bbyong is really a permanent Terran fixture at this point in time.
Yeah.
Especially in GSL. He's very good.
Seriously, I would love to see him get far. He's such a dynamic Terran. He's one of the few Terrans that actually, in important matches, will occasionally go mech against Protoss. When he does or he doesn't, it's fun to watch. It is. Well, we'll see what he goes for this time, Faceless.
It is a best of 3, and the loser does pick the follow-up map. The map that we're going to start on is going to be Nimbus. I actually love that map name.
Yeah, Nimbus isn't that the name of like a Greek god or something?
You know, it could be.
Nimbus is also
somebody
like
Google it and let us know.
Cumulus Nimbus or something is the name of a cloud. Cumulonimbus. Nimbus is it's a word associated with clouds. Like there are clouds with the name Nimbus in them.
Really?
Yes.
You were just full of facts, Tosis.
I have all sorts of like half facts. Like that was a half fact right
Why
there.
is that a half fact?
Because I think it's cumulonimbus. And there might be more too. So it's like I don't really. It's not the level of fact I want to give you, Faces.
We're going into game number 1 between these two players. In the upper left, we have performing brilliantly in Pro League.
KT roster Stats.
Small amount of cheers here in the studio.
Yeah.
Stats.
Really nice crowd today, by the way.
Yeah.
Really is
Filled
filling
quite
up.
nicely.
Yeah.
And in the bottom right, in the blue, in GSL throughout the year, he is
CJN2 Bbyong.
We should really bungle his name since it has 2 B's. We should start calling him Bbyong.
Bbyong?
Bbyong.
Wow. How about BB Young?
Bbyong.
Or BB Young?
Or BBY on.
Or Bbyong.
What?
Bbyong. All right, so looks like he will go for a Rax first here. This is definitely a map that we do see Nexus first and Command Center first on quite a bit. It looks like already a Nexus first has been decided upon by Stats to be the build order of choice. And it looks like it'll be a Reaper from Bbyong. So the Reaper could potentially deal a lot of damage, but the thing is, one of the reasons, of course, this is a 4-player map, which already makes Nexus first pretty good, but the Nexus is in the back, which makes it even better. And then also, with decent building placement, you can fill in the back of your minerals, like to make it so Reapers can't run around easily.
We were talking about this. This is so cool. If you do it right, you can actually block them off.
Yeah, like see here, he's got a nice wall there. Reapers can't run back there. And if he saves enough Chrono Boost, he can Chrono Boost out 1 to 2 Zealots. And he can Chrono Boost out his Mothership Core like right away. And if he does that, it's really hard for the Reaper to actually get any kills. And then Protoss just takes a nice lead.
Let's see how much damage he can do with the Reaper here. There is a few inherent disadvantages when you do go for Nexus first, one of which is that your tech is just so late. I think a lot of people will almost always immediately think of the big disadvantage is that you don't have gateway units out later, but it's actually the tech that can really hurt you.
Yeah, that's definitely the case.
And this is an old theory that goes all the way back to StarCraft 1. Is when StarCraft 1, when Protoss went Nexus first, the way to beat them was to actually just get vultures and mines and drop everywhere because the observer's out so late. Stuff that Protoss can normally hold reasonably well, they just can't hold.
Yeah. You know, in this case, though, the tech isn't so late that you can't hold on to, like, let's say, a Widow Mine drop or even a Hellion
That's very
attack.
true. In this case, you can definitely hold
it. It is holdable. I mean, it can be hard to do, for sure, especially if you choose the wrong tech route, but, you know, it's not quite as dangerous as, let's say, it was in StarCraft 1.
Much, yeah. I could agree with that.
I think the real danger actually does come from the Reaper, but on this 4-player map, like, the Reaper went in the wrong direction. The Reaper's coming up now, but we have a Zealot here. Look at that building placement. Ridiculously good building placement. It's going to be hard for him to actually get in and do anything. See?
And here's that Reaper now.
And he can eat Zealot hit points all day.
Yeah, well, the Zealot's expendable here. He just needs to make sure that the Stalker comes out and can eventually drive out that Reaper. And with the Mothership Core out as well, he can just push it away.
So, looking at this situation, right, he didn't do anything. He damaged a Zealot. And that's it. He knows that there's a Nexus first, but this is a lead for stats.
Keep in mind, guys, I mean, the command center for Bbyong is really late compared to where stats his Nexus is. This is a huge economic lead. Double Nexus with Chrono Boost making probes. He's going to get a serious worker lead now. He already has one, but he's going to get even more so in a little bit here. 29 probes now to 23.
Scary stuff. Luckily, there is going to be double mules falling down, and he actually goes for the Stargate, which is really interesting because following up. I don't actually like this that much. I think that this is over greedy by Stats, but has Stats actually scouted? Oh wait, no. I mean, he saw the Reaper, so he already knows. Okay, so I actually don't like this that much, Tasteless.
Okay.
Unless he wants to go Phoenixes after, and then I'm like, still not the biggest fan. But hear me out, right? Because you were saying the tech is later. So if you go, if your tech is the normal speed, and you go like right into Robo and play like 3 Observer Colossus, Terran still can like poke you and it's hard to defend and everything. Now, if you go,
in this case, it's even later than a normal late Robo.
Exactly.
It's super late.
It's super late.
He's actually going for Phoenixes now.
Yeah, he's playing against a normal build. Like,
oh, is this Reaper going to get in there?
Ooh, that was actually. I have to say that was sloppy. That would have been very easy to block the Reaper from going in right there.
Well, he got in there, and now he sees the Phoenixes, and Phoenixes are almost always better if they catch the player by surprise. And so in this case, I mean, if I'm Terran, I'm just thinking, okay, I'm not going to drop. You might even want to expand again here. Protoss can't really be that offensive here.
He's got like a lot of options. He can make some missile turrets. He can just leave his Marines for now. But yeah, letting that scout in, definitely a mistake from Stats, but it's interesting that he actually skipped Oracle. He's just going straight into these Phoenixes. And, of course, Nimbus is very, very droppable. It's really hard to either have enough observers to see everything coming or even, you know, have units in the right places to stop all the drops. So this is kind of an interesting thing. Like, he doesn't necessarily need to make as many observers now because his Phoenixes can be on patrol for those medevacs that might go towards his natural.
That is very true. Plus, if Protoss wins a fight with the medevacs present, those Phoenixes are going to wreck.
They will wreck.
So that's one thing to keep in mind is, in most cases, when Terran starts to lose the fight, they can pick up and leave, or at least boost the medevacs out. But with the Phoenixes out here, it's going to be much harder, which means Terran loses one fight, and Protoss is going to be in fantastic shape.
That's right. The Phoenixes trying to get in here and do what they can do, try and pick up some Marines and whatnot. Not a lot of damage done yet. I do like the Widow Mine being created from Bbyong here. Widow Mine's very good against Phoenixes, and he knows that Colossus-type tech has to be later because he's watching 3 Phoenixes fly around after a Nexus first. So definitely a few Widow Mines could be effective.
Well, Terran's got 2 Marauders out now, 23 Marines. Protoss is getting a really nice balanced tech here. Between the Observers and the Phoenixes out here, there's not much motivation for the Protoss to, for the Terran to try to do drops anywhere. I think he's going to have to just keep his army a big ball up there. And that was a nice pickup.
Yeah, to kill that Widow Mine, that's one of the better things that you can actually pick up and kill off. So we do have right now Bbyong walking across the map. The 3rd base is on its way for stats, and he did jump up to 6 gates, or rather 5 gates, sorry, immediately. So, you know, he's got a decent amount of units here. And I would say he should hold, right? How many sentries? Only 1.
Well, it'll depend on the angle that he's at, but keep in mind, with the Phoenixes out, they can't help out the Protoss ground army that much right away. And while the Marines are still present, they get blown up so quickly. Let's see how much damage Bbyong can actually do coming up here.
Well, he is going to have to pull back that Colossus immediately. And we do have the Phoenixes coming in, trying to help out. He does have 4 at this point.
Got to be careful with those medevacs. He's got to keep that protected.
Really nice micro on both sides there. Good job of stats to hold on without losing anything. And in fact, look at that. He's got air weapons on the way. So he's actually been going Phoenix Colossus here. A composition we don't see all that often. Is he getting 2 armories? Wow. That's cool.
This is why you love Bbyong Ro32.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't mech, but with 2 armories, I guess he's saying, all right, I mean, if you're going Phoenix Colossus, I have to have a lot of...
do this like this? I can't think of a game that you and I have cast.
No.
At least
1 eBay double armory?
Yeah, this really makes me think. This is really interesting. Because if this is strong enough, I'm wondering if this will be something that would become standardized, because that actually changes so much to have 2 armories upgrading there. You know?
Well, it's going to make his Vikings a billion times stronger.
Yeah.
Like, which is against Phoenixes. Well, you always need the Viking attack. That's just very important because you need to be able to kill everything very quickly.
Yeah.
But against Phoenixes with double shots and having a lot of them, like, you see a lot of the times the Vikings just get wiped out. But in this case, they're going to have way better upgrades and should hold their own. So, really cool play. The thing is, he's giving up on his the speed of his bio upgrades to be able to do this. So, I think we're going to have to see, like, I guess, either a 1-1 timing out of those Vikings.
I can't believe he didn't kill a single Phoenix there, did he?
No, I don't think he did.
I can't believe he actually didn't lose a single Phoenix.
Yeah, seriously.
Really nicely did. So he actually did some damage there, managed to get out. Protoss still with a supply lead right now at about 150 to 125.
Yeah.
Number of Colossi out here. Again, really waiting to see how the double armor upgrades are going to pan out here.
I think what we're going to see is this has to be a very long macro game, right? To have 2 armories actually pay for themselves, I don't think you can hit on 1-1. Like,
I think you're right.
1-1 never makes sense for a double upgrade, right? A good double upgrade building. There's never 1-1 timings.
Any double upgrades are going into the late game.
They have to be at least 2-2 that you're looking for. So we'll see if he starts at +2 armor, ship armor. Is getting the +3, continuing his macro, getting that 4th command center. And he's... Ooh. I didn't even think of this, Tasteless. He's getting a Thor as well.
Yeah.
And the Thor with the new priority being upon air units. The Thor plus, like, a Thor with +2 attack and a bunch of Vikings.
Phoenixes are going to have something to worry about.
The Phoenixes are going to evaporate. He's going to be able to slaughter off those Colossus after the Phoenixes are gone as well. Wow, this is really cool from Bbyong.
Also, stats almost maxed out here. His Storm is going to get done, it looks like, before any SCV pulling is going to happen. Although I don't think that we'd even have SCV pulling in this game since it's the double armories. But what's important about this is that stats is basically going to finish the entire tech tree. He'll have pretty much everything at his disposal.
In fact, he's really not making more Phoenixes. He's just got the 7. He's not even going to get their range, which could make additional Thors a little bit weaker. Like, yeah, the first Thor volley or 2 is going to be great, and Thors do add something to the army, but you know that's a lot of supply and a lot of money you put into that. So let's see how this goes, Tasteless. Both players are going to be maxed out in a moment.
All right, they're coming up now, and we'll have to see what exactly is going to happen from here. I mean, The question is Terran going to engage, or is this going to be a situation where he's just going to stay in the middle of the map and wait for Protoss to leave and try to run around him? I guess he doesn't have as much mobility because there's a Thor in the army. Also, I'm a bit surprised that Bbyong never scanned himself. This is pretty typical Protoss stuff to just have an observer floating over the army.
Yeah.
Always scan yourself before you ever move out too far in the middle of the map, because there's almost always an observer over your army.
Well, it's falling.
Oh my God!
Nice pullback there from Stats. So he's going to have 2-2 on his mech and flying units, and he's going to have +3 pretty quickly on that ground unit.
We also have Ghosts coming into play here as well. Planetary is just about done. Did he pick up the Thor? Yeah, he did.
Oh, wow. Quite a drop taste is going down. And in fact, Bbyong taking more bases right now. And we have this army actually coming up.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Bbyong with a huge misplay here. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The army actually, I mean, that's why you want to have different control groups, guys. The amount that was just hit there for Terran, it wasn't like it was trading with anything. It was just killed.
And he's going for a counterattack. This is quickly turning into a base trade scenario, Tasteless.
Well, this is a smart move. It looks like Protoss could just keep warping in Zealots. But look at this. He's going to go, okay, this is smart here by Stats. He's going straight for the heart of the Terran's base.
Oh, very well defended. Very Bbyong-esque right there. Having that planetary out in the front, that's going to slow down those Zealots and make him pull back. We also have the Vikings flying down south right now while we do watch the rest of this battle.
We do, okay, we see these come down there. That planetary saved the day, man. Really, just too hard to get through there. And now you have to think Stats is probably questioning the decision to actually do that full-on counterattack. Okay, I think he's going to actually go up here into the base over here in the upper right. Now, this is a planetary. Again, we don't see planetaries anywhere near as much, but with Bbyong playing, I mean, he's got a very different play style. And this battle's still going on, Artosis. This is still happening.
Yeah, it takes a while to kill a Thor with 2-2. That's a fact, Tasteless. I love how there's 3 medevacs for this Marauder. It's like, just in case this medevac dies, I have 2 more.
I think Stats might have just bungled this. He was probably completely caught off guard by the fact that there was a planetary not only at the 4th base, but actually blocking off the 3rd.
Indeed, and in fact, look at this. Oh my God, these Vikings just moving forward, killing off all of these Colossi. Only 1 left over.
It's now 120 supply versus 180-ish supply. I mean, this is still going on, guys.
He needs to drop mules to repair this Thor right now. This Thor cannot die. Don't let the Thor die. No, he's a hero. Oh.
That was Tychus in that
Thor.
Thor.
That Thor was better than both the Thor movies put together.
I don't think Protoss can recover. He lost an expansion. He actually lost his Colossi tech after losing the Colossi.
Yeah.
And I don't. Protoss has to remake that robotic support bay. Meanwhile, there's not as much to answer. If a few EMPs come down here on the Templars, the Terran army just rolls over the Protoss army.
Focusing on Marauder Ghost right now would be pretty strong. Wow. He even eats a storm, doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Kills that off, runs away. The economy of Bbyong here is insane. It's over twice as good as Stats.
This really shows us why Bbyong has been around for so long. He really gets Terran better than almost anybody else.
He's actually one of the big innovators right now. A lot of people that you look at that are other top Terrans are just like refining older styles. You know, like innovation is godly at the SCV pulls. Flash plays a very normal TVZ or TVP overall, generally speaking. But here is Bbyong going double armory, focusing on some additional Thors and some Vikings. And in fact, he knows that there is no Phoenixes on the way. There's not going to be any more Phoenixes or flying units for that matter in this game, but he continues to pump out some Thors. He likes these in his composition, and I mean,
nice feedbacks there.
Fantastic play here from Bbyong.
Here's the thing, too. Bbyong doesn't have to do much from here. He just has to keep Protoss down.
Yeah. Stats is mining off like 1.5 bases right now.
I like the Stalker player there, by the way, behind the planetary. That's one thing you could do if you don't want to actually engage the planetary directly. Is the Stalkers with the range, you could just hit everything.
That's the best way to deal with one that you can't go over to, for sure.
When you can't send your whole army over there, just put a few Stalkers behind the mineral line, and that base is occupied but not being used. I think he's going to force a cancel here again.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. Get some nice feedbacks off, but man, there's really no chance here for Stats. Look at that supply. The income for Bbyong, even though it's like looking a little bit lower right now, he's got 70 SCVs. I think they're just not spread right. Yeah, see, he's finally sending them to where they should be, and his econ will jump right back up.
Okay, Bbyong dealing with those Stalkers very nicely. this is really like a control game here from Bbyong.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not committing too much to anything. And let's keep in mind, there was a really bumpy moment in this game where Bbyong actually walked his army through those Colossi, but he definitely is eking out a surprising amount of damage since then. Protoss is really, from here on out, not allowed to make a single mistake.
And tasteless, like, he's making so many command centers. Just the style of Bbyong is, like, so awesome. And this is, like, cooler. I don't even really have the words for this and how cool this is, the way that he's playing this game right now. I feel like Stats is just grossly underprepared to play against such a different style.
Okay, we have the scans coming down here. He's identifying the weakness that is just the Protoss army right now. Terran just has more of everything. He's actually starting to close in here. By the way, just to point out, Artosis, that back expansion from Stats is not being mined from. I think he finished that and never mined from it.
Oh, man.
You see that on the mini
Yeah,
map?
I see that. You're right.
I think we might see the end of this first game here. Nice storms there, but is it going to be enough? These storms are so upgraded. It's kind of funny because they're just not dying here.
Yeah.
While you can see the Stim Marines and Marauders in the back doing so much damage.
It's so funny. Yeah, they tank more damage than basically any other Terran unit. They've got such high armor counts, especially when he's upgraded +3 armor on them. And then, of course, their damage output is gigantic as well. It almost ignores armor because it does so much damage per shot.
From here, the question is really, can Stats do anything impactful? I mean, I like the little harass in the upper right, but with the planetaries, the Terran supply, and the Terran's income overall, I don't know if the Terran's really touchable at this point in time.
No, he's certainly untouchable here, Tasteless. You know, this is so fresh and so cool. I'm so happy. I'm in such a good mood, Tasteless. Life is great.
I love seeing stuff like this because it really shows you, you change the, you patch the game a little bit, and someone like Bbyong completely and totally teaches us how to take advantage of that.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
It's very different. I really am just crossing my fingers that he uses this style for the rest of the day. I feel like we all could learn a whole hell of a lot if he does.
I'm also interested in seeing if Stats is going to make some adjustments from this style of play, because I'm betting you that Stats didn't notice immediately that there were upgrades on the mech.
Yeah, he may not have realized
oh god,
that
that's
2-2
way
was
stronger.
on the way.
Yeah,
because like against a composition like that, I guess you have to mix in more Immortals, right? Because he had like 5 or 6 Colossus, and against 2-2 Vikings plus some Thors, I mean, how are you going to keep those Colossus alive? It's nearly impossible.
Oh, this drop is going to do way too much damage here, and once again, completely shut down the Nexus. I actually don't even think that base over here. I don't know how many minerals are left there, but it's almost not worth it to remake the Nexus for for what's actually remaining here, which is unfortunate as well.
Yeah, no, he's trying to take its 4th base once again down that middle center on the left-hand side.
That's a pretty easy location for Terran to take out.
Yeah.
Wow, Bbyong, this is the best I've seen Bbyong play, actually, and we've seen a lot of great games from him, but this is really cool.
You know what? I
really
have to
this.
Actually agree with you on that, I think, which is kind of...
This is by far the most memorable game I've seen from Bbyong. I mean, this is
I think
really
I have
awesome.
Maybe one more memorable game he did against Flash in Online Cup that I casted, but, like, this is, like, amazing the way that he's played this, and... Like, yeah, he went mech before, which was cool to see, but this is different. This is Bio with more heavily upgraded Vikings, Medivacs, and some Thors mixed in, and I really like the way he played it. I love the big drop that he did because, like, Thors change what it is to clean up a drop dramatically, because against a normal drop, you just warp in some Zealots and stuff, but with the Thor there, like, Thors are big and fat, but not too big and fat. They're hard to get the right surface area on. They have high armor, high damage output. It's actually, like, really messes things up.
Think about this, Artosis. The Thor's taking that much damage from the front with a Bio Army in the back of it. I mean, a Terran stimmed Bio Army deals damage so quickly. It's ridiculous. Having 1 or 2 Thors like that, upgraded, giving you even just a few extra seconds to keep them alive, is so much more damage that the Terran can output.
Yeah, it's...
And there's actually not a lot you can do to micro around it, even for Protoss.
No, it's true.
I mean, it's really not
like nothing
I'm trying to think of,
comes
like,
to mind off the top of my
yeah.
head. Really, really cool new play here from Bbyong. Will this be something he shows us regularly? Will this be something that other Terrans start to adopt? We just don't know yet.
It's going to sound weird, but I almost want Bbyong to lose here, so he has to play against Terminator. I want to see another TVP from him. Anyways, the map that Stats has picked is King Sejong Station. It is selfish, man, but that's what I want. I want to see more TVPs here with Bbyong. It's so cool.
All right, King Sejong Station. I don't know. We'll just see if he wants to go for that same style. You know, Bbyong's someone known pretty well for doing mech 3 times in the Pro League playoff rounds. Will he go for mech? You know, there's no islands, which is a big part of why he was doing it. Then again, if there was a map in the WCS map pool to go mech on, this might be it.